everyone, how you doing today? And I'm going to apologize about my audio right away here. I did not get my new headset thing yet, and it's now on back order. It was supposed to arrive Tuesday, and I got an email this morning saying it's not coming right now. So I'm going to probably cancel that order and look at other options. I might even go locally and see if I can find something at like a local Best Buy or something like that, just because this sucks right now. And again, I apologize on the audio. Well, anyway, I've been working on this ship some, and I'll show you all the what I've been doing to it. But also, I wanted to bring up some news on Empyrion as well. Eleon and Funcom have partnered up, and that's going to lead to a sequel at some point in time. I don't know when that is, but basically an Empyrion Galactic Survival 2. Which sounds pretty cool. You know, that sounds encouraging. Also, on February 6th of this year, so 2024 here, there's going to be an expansion coming out for Empyrion, which really blindsided me. I did not expect that. And I'm sure Eleon is trying to bring in some money so they can get some people hired and move things along, which is really cool because I was unsure the status of this game. I kind of thought it was kind of done, sort of like Reforged Eden development and things like that, and maybe some other essentially mods or scenario packs, things like that. But no, actually, there's going to be an expansion coming out. Now, I will link that video to the video description here as well. It's a 24-second video kind of showing the expansion a little bit, like a real small thing of it. But what I can gather from what I did see in that video is it's going to have some form of camera that you can place in multiple cameras around and then have that feed go to some kind of display screen inside a creation, which I think is really, really cool. It's a feature I've been wanting for a long time. So you can have like, yeah, different surveillance cameras and stuff like that, which would be really great for the secure bridge kind of thing and a lot of these different creations. Where having a first-person view doesn't always work with the creation, and it can be vulnerable as well. So you'll have the option to put in cameras. And again, check out the link in the video description so you can watch it for yourself and see everything that they've shown. So on this ship here, I've got some issues with it, but most part everything's going along pretty good right now. What I don't like about the hull of the ship is this back area, which I was trying to do with the landing pads here. I just thought I'd show you this before I go inside. I don't know if I like what I got going on here or not, and I might scrap the whole idea of having landing pads back here. And essentially speaking, aesthetically speaking, I was trying to make this, although quite a bit different, but a little bit Star Destroyer-like. And these, and what I really wanted to achieve is the proper angle back over here to be more like a Star Destroyer, and also have these larger thruster assemblies below, kind of visible, at least the back side of them, visible on the top side of the ship. And with this kind of weird landing pad I put back here, it kind of buries all that, and I'm really struggling trying to figure out how in the heck to texture these landing pads. I don't like anything I got going on here right now, so I might cut them and change the angle back over here and make it look a little, I think it'll look better if I did that. Of course, you lose the functionality of these landing pads back here, and I guess let me know what you think about that. I did modify some of this block work up on the top side to push it back a little bit to make more room back on the landing pad, so you can park larger creations there. But it's still only going to be like, you know, some SVs or something like that. It's not very big. Anyway, let's go inside the ship. I'll show you what's been taking place so far here. So I started working on the hangar and the layout and all the main part placements and storage and a lot of that stuff here. Most of the hangar is largely unfinished, especially this whole chunk that you're looking at now. The only part that I really kind of detailed more is this back corners here. Now, originally I was going to have production going down one side of the hangar and then utility on the other side of the hangar. And I changed my mind on that. The reason for that is I was just going to waste. I don't have a lot of space back over here, and I was going to waste a lot of potential room for cargo extensions if I put storage only on one side of the ship. So that's kind of why I went symmetrical with this part back over here. It just worked out a whole lot better with being able to put in more storage and things like that in the ship. And I wasn't going to be able to run the storage across the hull of the ship to all meet up on one side very nicely at all. So I think this will work out better. So essentially on each side here, each side's kind of mirrored right now. So you've got a total of 4 640K storage bays and then a couple constructors on either side here. This next chunk right beyond there is going to be asymmetrical. So one side will be like a medical bay, and the other side will be utility like armor locker repair, maybe a fridge, food processor, that kind of thing. And then as you go forward here, there's another storage bay over here. It's probably going to be ammo on either side here. These are 320s. And then I plan on putting maybe like 2 more 320s or 640s in the ship somewhere yet. Now, another thing I've been working out is generators and shield parts. So in the hangar here too, I've been kind of dumping in as many parts as I can. With shield parts, it can well, it currently has installed a full 8 set of small shield parts and medium shield parts. With generators, it could hold 4 advanced generators currently. I'll have to test that to see if the power works out with all the shield parts installed with 4 advanced generators. Now, I did not want to get into fusion reactors or large shield parts on this build. So it's more of a carrier here, kind of mostly in big hangared ship basically. So obviously in generators, there's one on either side. I did protect these areas here too. So they have like a Xeno outer wall covering the front side, the outside, the top, the bottom, all the directions except for the inside or the interior direction here. So they're a little bit more secure. It can take a few more hits if your shield goes out. There's 2 more generators that are going to be up on the deck above here. So I kind of have a location plotted out for these as well. Now these generators will be upgrade option parts and won't be in the ship's stock. And then also there's going to be a gravity generator up in this general area as well. Now this deck over here is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Kind of goes up above the hangar, but it's actually going to be kind of practical for getting in the rest of the space in the ship that I actually wanted for legit parts. So there'll be a little bit of area here, probably in this zone here. That's going to be some fluff stuff. And then I'm thinking because of that, like crew quarters and stuff like that would be in this area here. This area here, underneath the bridge, is going to probably be a farming section. Of course, I won't have the grow plots included and stuff like that, but I think it would be the best use of the space. And I did kind of want this ship to be like, this could be your main ship, going through the game. It can do most functions. It's not going to do like super high-end combat, so you're not going to be probably taking on dreadnoughts or things like that, but a lot of your lighter and medium enemy types of ships, I think you'd be able to shoot them up. Might be able to do some dense mining on this ship as well, stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of up in the air on what you want to do with the ship, but I think this would be a great location for some farming sections in here. I don't exactly know how many grow plots I'll get in here, but I would guess at least 54, maybe 72, somewhere in there. And then you've got these elevators that crank right up from the lower hangar all the way down here, all the way up to the second floor, and then all the way up to the bridge. So the bridge section will be up here. So that's pretty much the whole layout of the ship, and the parts and all the things like that. Now, one thing, it's going to need a gravity generator, and that's probably going to go up in the midsection of the ship, somewhere like right in this general location here. So even part of that fluff area I was talking about, still going to have some legit parts in here, and probably also like a CPU core room, and it's going to need a spot to put in some auxiliary or quantum cores, things like that as well. But I got a lot more work to do on the ship yet. But for the most part, it's not that big. It's not that big of a ship, and it should go fairly quickly. I just didn't have a lot of time to work on it the last few days. But let me know what you think so far, and if you like the idea of the ship and things like that, and also what you think about these back like landing pad things. Again, cosmetically speaking, I think I could make this look better without these landing pads here. But that of course would lose a little bit of landing area for some SBs or something like that. I don't know what else you'd park on here. I guess a really small CV possibly, but for the most part, you have the big hangar here too, or a decent sized hangar, that you should be able to park a lot of stuff in here. For the size ship it is, most of it's hangar, honestly. So on the front side here too, yeah, this is where the rest of the medium shield parts are going to be going. And also, a lot of this area way up front here is going to be kind of filled in with blocks. Probably a layer of Xeno blocks in front of some of this stuff, just to harden up the front of the ship a little bit more. I'm trying to have it so if the shields do go down, you can take some hits. Now, it does have a steel exterior as well, and these structural frame blocks, or these ramp blocks here, whatever you want to call those, are they're steel as well. They don't come in carbon, and they do have a decent amount of hit points. But they're, if you lose one of these, you're going to lose like a several block area. So it's kind of like all the hit points are combined uh, in one larger block that would be lost all at once. But on the inside here, like the layer where these the main generators of the ship are going to be, there is a Xeno wall around almost all sides of it. The front side, the top, the bottom, the back. The only part that doesn't have a Xenoblock wall is the side facing the interior of the ship here, in which it does have some armored glass, but this other stuff here is carbon right now, which is probably not the best choice. So I'll probably swap these out in case you do lose a generator. It won't blast too much into the interior. But at the same note, even if it did, I'm thinking to myself, there's nothing here for it to blow up. I mean, if this generator goes poof, um, it'll blast inward, but there's nothing there there's no sensitive parts in the area. So I don't know if it's really justifies the weight to make this any heavier over in this section or not. I guess that's just one of those little things I've been thinking about. Now, other things going on for the warp drive and the main shield. There's a couple of weird corridors that go through all these cargo extensions here. There'll be either elevator or a ladder over here, and it's going to get up into a room on either side of the ship. This side has a warp drive in it. The other side's going to have the main shield. This side might also get a Pentaxa tank or something like that, or the other side. Well, it doesn't really matter what side gets it. But so that is pretty much all the main parts in the ship have homes, except for the CPU core blocks right now. And the general layout, I think one thing I do like about the ship, I think the size is about right. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's just about right to mostly have this all filled in with legit space and parts, and have the fluff to a minimal. Yeah, again, the only areas that are probably going to have a little fluff is right up in this floor over here. In part of it, maybe some crew rooms off to the side around this section here, but they're going to be really small. Nothing too big over there, and the rest of the ship's all going to be like gameplay related things, as far as I know right now. And that is pretty much the gist of where I'm at with this kind of unusual design. Kind of fun. The only thing that does suck, one other thing that I have been doing on the inside of the ship is any areas that have structural frame blocks on the hull, which is most of the ship, I'm burying them on the inside so I don't have to deal with the texture madness of trying to work around them. Like, here's a structural frame block. There'll be blocks in front of here before it's done. So I can pretty much bury that and texture the whole interior of the ship exactly the way I want it to be, at least in most locations. The only part where you'll probably get a little bit of bleed through is maybe on the back side of some of the shield mounting parts, although I got to add some blocks over here as well. And I'm not scared of, I am using some Xeno on this ship as well. It'll get a lot more of that before I get it to the workshop. And keep in mind, currently, with all the shield parts and the 4 advanced generators installed, it is obviously way above 2.1 million CPU, but I'm going to tone this down to be a Core 9 build when I do get it to the workshop as well. So a couple of these generators will be removed. I'll put in, whatever I can and balance the CPU out the best I can at 2.1 million CPU. Now this is going to be a Reforged Eden only creation. That has to be due to the blocks the outer halls being built out of. So yeah, there is that too. So I'm not like I'm using 640K bays. If it's got some a couple of shield parts installed stock, that's fine as well. It will be Reforged Eden only. And I've been thinking about future projects as well. And I got some ideas on some things I want to do in the future, but I don't really want to even get into that until I get this one completed. It's probably going to be at least another week before I can get to this to the workshop, but I'll keep on trying to hammer away at it and get the rest of the interior finished up and the rest of the hull textured up, and I'm sure a lot of little tweaks and other things along the way. Again, I'm trying to figure out some things on how I can dress up some big plain areas of the ship, but my options are extremely limited if I'm running those 3-to-1 angle structural frame blocks. I can't do much um, except for cut in on areas like I did on this row. But yeah, I think I don't know. It might stay kind of the way it is, and then the bottom's going to get dressed up a lot more too. I started working on that a little bit, getting a lot of you know block work thingies in the lower side of the ship right now. So I just got to paint it and get that tweaked out. I'll probably also be removing the remaining retractable turrets and replacing them with just turret mount positions, kind of like what you see on the top side of the ship. Um, as in its artillery turrets as well. These are going to be kind of like placeholders for the 3 artilleries that are in here right now. You could put in artilleries. You could put in dense mining drills as well. And that's kind of why I wanted to have a couple more 320K storage bays. One of them might be a harvest bay as well, so it would be kind of set up to do dense mining with the ship as well. It'd be just another function. As in conventional, like laser mining drills, not really a good ship for that. The best place to put those kind of would be about where these laser cannons are currently, and that would be a awkward spot to pilot the ship at, unless I add some other front cockpit area just for that function, and I'm not so sure that's going to work out very good. Oh, and I realize I got my glass painted backwards here too. I'll get all that worked out here later on. But anyway, let me know what you think. If there's any other things that you think I ought to try to put in the ship that I'm missing right now. Again, probably a week away, so I'm thinking not this weekend, but the following weekend. Hopefully I'll have this thing ready by then and get it out to the workshop. And I do plan on resuming some satisfactory the playthrough that I started. I had the first 3 videos, and I didn't want to record more with this microphone problem I've got going on right now, so I've been kind of putting that to the side. I haven't played any more, so it's exactly where it's been left off at. I just wanted to get a video out and let you know I'm still breathing over here. It's been like 3 days since I did a video, and I felt really bad about that. I wanted to get something out, show you kind of what I've been working on a little bit here. Again, it's been a very busy week as well, so I didn't get a lot of time to work on this, but if I can get a good solid 10 more hours of time into the ship, I think I can get most of it finished, to be honest. So I don't think it's gonna be too hard to get this out to the workshop by next week. It's not a gigantic ship that's gonna take months to do or anything like that. So other than that, you all have yourself a great day, and I will talk to you later.